Hello there, and welcome to the Cargo Bay. In our continuing series of the top Star Wars set guide, today we will be diving into 1977 Top Star Wars Series 3 with the yellow border. I am Brady C. here with my co-host as always.
Adam B. I love this set, BC.
Oh boy, I think I might have found some hidden treasure in this particular set after having gone over all of these cards diligently. In fact, the number of slides today I think indicates how enthusiastic we both were about some of the cards in here.
That's right, BC. I didn't know what to expect from this series. I've been looking forward to doing it because this is where I'm going to focus my vintage collection. I like
Mm-hmm.
yellow a lot. These cards are a little bit more inexpensive than the more iconic Series 1. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have little dots on the borders. It's just like the rest of these sets where it's a color. But yeah, I'm impressed with a lot of the images in here. So I guess we're starting with the pack. We got a little R2D2 on the pack.
We got a little R2D2 on the pack, an amazing 3-shot of our big heroes too there as well. So and that's what the pack would look like. You're gonna get a sticker in every pack.
Extra sticker.
And yeah, ooh, new series, extra sticker in every pack. When they say extra, they mean one.
Okay,
So
okay.
you do get a sticker and you do get a piece of bubble gum. Don't chew it. They're not good anymore.
I, I rewatched that video of me eating 1970 something gum. That was rough. Not eating,
Not a great,
chewing.
yeah, not a great day. And then of course we do have the box art, and you wanted to point out something about the box art as well.
Yeah, just all the box art for these sets. It's the same art. There's just the color scheme changes on the Star Wars depending on the pack. So we have the pink here as well.
I
Nothing too
also like
exciting.
that. Also, it's original art by I think one of the in-house art at I do like that it does kind of look like a knockoff Star
Yeah,
Wars
yeah,
art
yeah, it
on
really
the box.
does. Really does. Princess Leia has dark black hair. Luke's face looks like He-Man.
Yeah,
C-3PO's got
it
a
does look like
squazzled
He-Man.
face. I mean,
Yeah.
the composition and the color and I mean, it's a cool image. It is
Yeah.
just again the the Death Star with its pizza pie.
Yeah. A pizza pie. It's
uh,
fun.
that X-wing, I see. It's turned. We're seeing the underside, and we're
Yeah.
only getting 3 wings. They did put the 5 stripes on. It is red 5. So
Pretty good.
yeah.
Pretty good.
Moving on. Woo,
Oh,
woo.
all hail the Dark Lord.
A hot card.
Series 3 is going to see what I think personally is my favorite Darth Vader card introduced into the 1977 set. So much so that it's one that I did go out and pick up myself in a PSA
So
7.
rad.
Love this card. It looks really cool.
We had a comment last week asking about, sorry, apparently I have a meeting for my job I haven't had in almost a year. Uh, I someone asked what the most valuable cards were in the last set,
Mhm.
and there's not one in particular that seems to stand out. This card, however, in Series 3, this is the most valuable card in this set. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
this
positive.
this is a definite standout, and to me the series 2, nothing stands close to the series 1 Luke, except for something that's going to come up in series 4, which is popular for amazing reasons, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of. Stay tuned next week and you'll see why. But yeah, for this particular set, this Vader is a very iconic card, and does typically sell for a premium. Again, and I'll say this on every video, the value is in the condition on everything. So even the least popular card in any set, if it's in a PSA 10, is going to have a really high premium because there are so few of them. So really, specific or high end collectors who have a lot of demand for something in a high grade, there's very low supply. So the price on those is always going to be really high. But just in terms of routine sales, even in mid, lower grades, raw, this card is up there.
Yeah.
Very, very popular card.
It's a cool painting of Vader, and it also says Lord Darth Vader.
Yeah, Lord Darth Vader is amazing.
Happy you got that card, BC. Someday I'm gonna get me one of these.
Yes, you are.
Moving on to Solo. We got solos here.
We got a lot of solos. And you've got another Harrison Ford as Han. You got two, what to my eye are almost identical images of Solo aims for trouble and Solo swings into action. Definitely taken on the same day, just from slightly different angles, and one's a little wider out. And then you've got Han Solo cornered by Greedo, which we all know what's going to happen next.
Sultry pose.
Yeah, he's kind of like, I'm about to blast Greedo first. By the way, everybody, and does shoot first. And this card, I think, definitely hints at what we all know to be true. So he's going to do some blasting.
Yeah, he's gonna make a mess in that cantina.
Indeed.
BC, we ran a poll covering some of these solo cards here in front of the Falcon, and the two winners, almost neck and neck, were these two. Solo aims for trouble and Solo swings into action. I think you and I both prefer swings into action, but they're both awesome cards, and
Very
people
cool
go back
cards.
and forth. I do want to point out again, this end cap on the Falcon and the angle of the shot, it just looks like a massive ship back there.
Yeah,
it's a cool card.
looks very cool. Love that production design value that you get in the background of the card, specifically for the Falcon. Yeah.
Here we are moving on to our Leias.
The Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, also a valuable card in this. Again, when we say value, it's a relative thing, right? You can find these very reasonably priced, but the higher in condition you go, the higher they're going to be. But the Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia is definitely one that's in a high demand. It's a cool card, nice profile shot. Hard to get a good grade on it because of how much dark surface area you have on there, because that's really going to show any imperfections on your old cards that don't always have the highest print quality.
Yeah.
So that one specifically can be harder to get those good grades in, which is true of most of these cards that have really, dark portions on the surface of them. So this one in particular is one that would be hard to get that really high grade on.
That makes sense, BC. The layer of ink on these cards isn't super thick. I got it was a few bucks. I got this Jawa yellow, and it had a splotch on it. I was like, let me see what happens if I just try to get that splotch off. What happens is the print just came right off the card immediately. Yeah, it's like, okay, got it. Understand how this works. All right.
Yes. Cool Hans, cool Leia's in there, and then I love the shadow on that one Leia card. By the way,
yeah. The shadow in that. It's such a cool image of Leia, but the shadow and also the crooked wall.
Yes.
It's just a bummer that it's there. I wish it was
what this card needs more of? Shadow.
Shadow. But looks like Leia's about to do some blasting. Still a great card. I guess somehow I got this out of order, but here are stickers, BC. We got a bunch of stickers.
Oh, big changes in the Series 3. Everyone calm down, settle down. You're not crazy. The borders are different.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I'm not as big of a fan of these. I mean, the images themselves are cool.
Yeah.
They did go to sort of the film cell style border on here, which I do not like as much as the two borders. I don't think it looks as good. But to each their own. The insert set continues with stickers 23 through 33.
A couple of my favorite images are here, though. We have the engines of the rebel ships, and also this Leia comforting Luke. That is the image that I have. I have Mark Hamill's autograph on this image.
Oh, nice.
Not this card, but that's the my to my knowledge, my Mark Hamill autograph came directly from him and his personal, I guess, stock of photos in its original 1977 print of this image.
Heck yeah.
So I am partial to that image.
With very good reason. I myself, I'm partial to the escape pod one.
Oh yeah.
I know maybe not the most popular, but it's an iconic shot. It famously is one of the first visual effects that Lucasfilm was able to put on film, as they were way behind on their production scale. But that escape pod shot was one of the first things that they were able to do as like proof of concept for what they were going to eventually do with all the effect shot.
That
Effect
dust,
shot in film.
compressed air that they added. Oh,
amazing!
What a little touch.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
Then we have our puzzles here. This is courtesy of a YouTube video. Was the easiest way to find this. I can't remember this YouTube's channel name, but they have some good slideshows.
Fun at Home.
Fun at Home. Fun at Home has some good slideshows of the original sets of just the cards scrolling on by if you want to view them all. These are our puzzles. Interesting choices. I mean, obviously, you know, the 3-shot of our heroes.
Cool.
But then we've got R2-D2 going up into the X-Wing. I kind of like it. It's a weird poster to have on your wall.
It's a very weird poster to have, but I don't know. I do like that there are just some like random weirdo things. They're like, let's make that the puzzle for the set. All right.
But we're not done looking at Star Wars cards. Just for some reason, things are out of order. We got some set highlights here, BC. Woo.
We actually have a lot of set highlights because we had a really hard time narrowing them. There are amazing cards in this set. I think like the consistency of like good images to like maybe ones that aren't as like iconic, cool. At least for us personally, when we were going through this, because in our Discord we just kept throwing cards and we're like, oh, what about this one? Oh, what about this one? And there are a lot. So you've got the Dave Prowse as Darth Vader again. Vader, I think, really starts to get the respect he deserves in Series 3.
They realized he's a star.
They're like, we don't need Soldier in the shot anymore. We can just put Darth Vader in there, and it's cool. You've got that sweet Alec Guinness as Ben Kenobi card.
I just received this in a PSA 8 as a gift, and it's beautiful. Lightsaber hanging on the hilt. Or hilt hanging on the belt.
I mean, cool pose from Alec Guinness, you know? Just like chilling, looking cool. Vader with almost an identical pose. It's like, hey, it's 1977. What are we gonna do? Just grab your belt, man. You know, just grab our belts. Hold on.
You and I don't do that enough on stream, DC.
We don't, and I think you know, it hasn't been commented on directly, but I felt it. I felt it from the viewers. They're like, not enough belt hold.
We'll do better. We'll do better.
We will. We promise. We'll try. We'll try to do better.
And I have advanced on BC to this beautiful collection here.
Oh, man.
We've got a behind-the-scenes look, the closest look we've ever gotten of a Jawa.
Oh, my. This card creeps me out, and it's amazing.
I love it. Still can't quite tell what's going on with the face.
Yeah.
We know from Pelimoto that apparently Jawas are furry. That is not my headcanon. My headcanon is that Jawas are plasticky and weird, like this image.
According to Pelimoto, Jawas and very gentle lovers.
Yes, yeah. What a weird turn in Mando.
What a wild thing that's in Mandalorian.
Or was that in Book of Boba Fett?
Ooh,
hard to know.
They turned into the same thing at a certain point. You got Caught in the Tractor Beam, which is one that I was like, love that for the scale of it, and also it's a direct call to some McQuarrie concept art too.
Yeah.
But
just a perfect representation of them just directly being able to replicate McQuarrie's concept art. I mean, it's incredible, and you have the stormtroopers moving in the foreground in the shot.
It gives you scale of the Death Star. You get turbo lasers, which look amazing in there. You don't get much of the Falcon. I mean, it's really hard to see, but what I think it does really well is highlight the scale of the Death Star.
Yeah.
Great card. Great direct interpretation of McQuarrie's original concept art too.
And even though you only have a little blip of the Falcon, it's just another thing where the shape of the Falcon is so unique and interesting that even just as a little blip in profile, it's like, know what that is.
That's enough. That works. Works for me.
We're both big Baru fans here in the cargo bay, and we have Luke Skywalker's aunt preparing dinner. Just what a card.
I can't even give her the name in the offensive. And it's just her preparing dinner. Again, a lot of offensive things about this card, but anytime we get Baru representation, we love it. We are big fans of Baru. our costume is the most out of place thing that exists in Star Wars. Is like, we don't know how to do sci-fi older lady stuff, so let's just grab 1970s clothing and put it on her.
Is Jay Leno popular yet? Can we go raid his closet?
It 1000% looks like something Jay Leno.
I would love to just Photoshop her and Jay together as a couple. They look great. Also,
That'd be amazing.
This card could just be from any 70s television show.
Yeah. Yeah. There's very little that indicates Star Wars except for the giant logo and the
yeah, maybe a little computer panel on the back wall, but I do love this kitchen, and I'll keep us moving through our hits here. Wow, good stuff. I wish I understand your full screen, Google. I got it. You can stop telling me.
Droids in the escape pod again. The image from the sticker on the card.
What a matte painting that planet is.
I love it. I cannot shout out enough the Light and Magic documentary. D+. If you're a Star Wars head, go watch it. It's got a lot of really great stuff about the behind the scenes about how most of these shots were created, which is really interesting. If you're a big old nerd, which if you're watching us, no offense, but I assume you probably are. And we welcome that badge of honor here. We've got some trash compactor stuff.
Yeah,
in here.
I love the poses here. Luke with the gun in there, and the Leia just kind of wistfully looking up. Also, just an iconic trash pile. Love the squeak noises of the trash pile. Good space trash.
Yep.
And then finally, this is just one of the most Star Wars things you can have. You got stormtroopers, sand troopers specifically walking down a dusty corridor. This could be in Andor, you know? It's
And I'm typically not a big stormtrooper fan, but there are some stormtrooper cards in these original sets that are amazing. There's a great one in series 1. I forget the exact name of it. Apologies. Drop it in the comments if you know it. It's a great card. But there are more like stormtrooper cards in here, and images that specifically I had not seen of stormtroopers before. That I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and I like the good look at the alley here, and the random people on the street. It's a cool image. And moving on to more cool images, we
put it in there again.
We got a double stormtrooper here.
Not anymore.
Oh wait, it hasn't updated on my NPC.
Oh no!
No, it's still not updating. All right,
well, it's in there.
It's fine.
Enjoy it.
Stormtroopers.
The Stormtroopers.
Wild card. Look at all these extras. Yeah. Look at all those vacuum form plastic suits. I thought the composition on this card was cool.
I like it a lot too. And there's something about knowing the trials and tribulations of filmmaking. A lot of times it's let's just get as much footage as we can with things that look cool, and we'll try to figure it out later, right? Maybe a style of filmmaking that I've been familiar with in some of my short films that I've done was I don't know, let's just get a bunch of footage and we'll figure it out. I love that Star Wars has this too, because at a certain point, the production itself was a mess, but you had cool costumes, you had cool sets, so there are a lot of images that maybe didn't make the movie, but there's a lot of footage that was shot that just was never used. So this is, I can't recall this moment exactly, but it's certainly not in terms of iconography from the film.
If it is a shot in the movie, it's when they're telling you go search the ship, and they're kind of running around, but it's possible this shot wasn't used. And then I wanted to put Meeting at the Death Star here just because Meeting at the Death Star is a very funny card name. Not a great image, hard to tell what's going on, but it's a meeting
at the Death Star later. You gonna be at the meeting at the Death Star? I'll be there.
And moving on to some more beautiful cards here. We got Poncho Luke hanging out.
Love it.
Super cool.
Love this.
Super cool. Star Wars ponchos are amazing. Luke's uncle buys 3PO. This is before we worried about droids being sentient. That wasn't really the idea.
Didn't care. Just a droid.
But man, that's a cool shot, and the color on that card is rad. That Sandcrawler set's amazing.
I like the Tatooine stuff with the yellow border. I think because you get it's a lot of sky and sand.
Yeah.
It contrasts nicely with the yellow border. I do love the poncho look. You've got a great, the moisture vaporator in there. No bucket hat, which we do know is canon. But yeah, shots you haven't seen before. The life on the desert, just cool stuff in this set. There's a lot of, and we left stuff out too. But this set, I think, like percentage wise, has most of my favorite images like per set, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I was really
Like
surprised.
A hit rate on the image is really good.
I just went through, like, PSA has like a checklist where they'll show you an old PSA 10, which some of those PSA 10s would not be PSA 10s anymore. But I was just going through them one by one, being like, wow, this one's cool, this one's cool.
Yeah.
Luke and his uncle, this is a pretty card. It's, and we got to get some Owen representation in there. Do we have more coming up, BC, or is that the end? I think that's the end of our...
Thus endeth our mega slides. Again, we could have gone on and on about this yellow set. A lot of cool stuff. The Vader, a lot of cool solos, Leia's, and then just in general, even the less, important cards look cool.
I didn't include this one. This is one of my favorite cards in all of Star Wars for whatever reason. I understand that might be a weird choice.
It's not a weird choice. It's sticker worthy. Of the 66
That's right.
Cards, they turned 10 into stickers, and one of them was that one, or they turned 11.
Can't remember. I don't know, but it made the cut.
Is 11. It did make the cut. Yep.
And I wanted to show off this PSA 8 of Vader looking at a pile of dead bodies over here. Incredible.
Ow.
And also just the back is on space. Which is awesome.
Oh man, that's an amazing card back.
Yeah.
That's a good puzzle piece.
Maybe the best puzzle piece is just an aggravated Han.
Yeah.
So and the other thing, BC, I have been collecting as we do the set reviews. I want to get one card from every set, and so here's my binder so far.
Nice.
And there's a Jawa where I took a little bit of paint off. But
just a touch, just a little bit.
Yeah, that's been fun as we're doing these, and looking forward to doing our Series 4 video. And
it's going to be exciting. It's going to be downright erotic.
That's what we promise. Eroticism in the cargo bay.
That's right.
You know, that's why you're here, folks.
That's why you're all here.
All right, well, I guess that's it, BC. Are you ready for a shoomp?
Whenever you are. Shoomp.
Oh, there is a disaster happening with the P-Video. We got a malfunctioning door.
P-Video.
I think we just got sucked out the airlock.
Oh no, we went through the escape pod.